Question for you. What is the one word that prevents you as a freelancer from reaching that next level, from taking your business from struggling project to project, client to client, to having a stream of wonderful, qualified clients willing and ready to do work with you? What is that one word? In this video, I'm going to give you that one word. I'm going to show you how to manufacture this into every single aspect of your business. Hey, it's Wayne, founder of Ugly Mug Marketing and creator of the Freelance Accelerator. So today we're going to dive into this magic word, this mystical word, something that separates good freelancers, good businesses from great ones. What is that one thing? So this word shows up, this one thing shows up in every single thing you do. The problem is most freelancers don't think about this word enough. They don't think about how this word plays into the psyche, into the decision making of the people that you're attempting to call on, the people that you want to work with. And here's how to know if you're good at this word or not. If you do not close at least 50% of the proposals, of the quotes that you send out, then you are not giving enough time, attention, and effort to this word. Are you ready for this magic word? The magic word is this. It is trust. As you grow your business, trust becomes more and more important. Let me show you exactly what this looks like. So when you start your business, all of your initial or a lot of your initial clients come from friends or family or acquaintances, right? People that you are somehow in some way connected with. This is where you start. Let's think about these degrees of separation. So these are people who know you. These are typically people who are your first clients, right? They're willing to take a chance on you, if you will, because they know you. They trust you as the individual. As you move out, so these would be people who are 1 degree of separation away from you. These would be people who, are friends of the family. These would be people who are relatives or distant relatives to you. And they're willing to give you a chance. They're willing to try. And the reason is this: they trust you as an individual. They trust the fact that they know you, right? They're 1 degree of separation, or they know you. So there's trust built into the equation. Regardless of how good you are at the thing that you do, they trust you. But as your business grows, as you begin attracting clients from 1 degree of separation, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, clients around the world or across the country, the further you move out, the less trust is magically imparted, the less trust that already exists. So as you move out, what happens is the trust becomes less and less. It gets smaller and smaller. Over here, trust is huge just because of who you are. But as you get out here, there's more skepticism than there is trust. So in everything that you do, you have to be thinking through, how do I manufacture trust into the process, into what it is that we're doing? So if you think about the way inquiries flow into you, or the way that you reach out to people to do work with you, you have to begin by thinking, how do I build trust into this? So you think about it, you have the initial inquiry, and during that process, when you're kind of figuring out what they need, right? You're not in detail, but they say, hey, we may need some help with graphic design, or we may need a website or videography, or whatever it may be. During that initial phase, what are some things that you can do to begin incorporating or ingraining trust into that process? So let's say next you go into like a needs assessment, right? Where you're doing more of a deep dive to truly understand what it is that they need. What can you do here to ensure that trust is present, trust is there? Now, here's the interesting thing about trust, and it's so important that you remember this, that they don't trust you. These prospects, and the further out you go, there is less and less trust for you. Here in the United States, there's this general consensus that business owners, that businesses, that marketers are not trustworthy. Why? Because the public knows that we have a vested interest in them purchasing our products or our services. So they're skeptical. But here's the other side of that. 92% of consumers say that they trust their recommendations of their friends, family, and colleagues. 92%. So when we think about trust, we also have to begin thinking about how can we utilize other people along the way to impart or to vouch for our trust. So let me give you a real tactical example. So over the course of our years in business, we've done work for people all over the world who came to us as a result of a referral from somewhere else or someone else. And the beautiful thing about a referrer, someone who sends business to you, what is happening when someone picks up the phone and calls you and says, hey, if you're looking for a new car, this gentleman that just sold us our recent vehicle, phenomenal, highly trustworthy, highly skilled, highly respectable, took care of us, gave us a great deal. You're going to trust that friend or colleague who calls and tells you that, right? And it's going to position the salesperson already as an authority, already as someone who you can trust. So for you, you need to begin thinking about, who are these people out here who you've done work for that will vouch for you and your credibility. This is what we call social proof, right? People want to know, who else have you worked for? Who else has trusted you enough to give you money that you can then deliver on whatever it is that you do? So in every area as people walk through, so after needs assessment, maybe it's proposal. What are the things that you can do to incorporate and build trust through this process? So let me give you some from the very beginning. So initially, when people first reach out to you, you're going to build trust or you're going to build distrust by how long it takes you to respond, the way you respond. If it's emails, the way you respond to emails, the way that the emails are written, right? The way that they're worded, the look and feel of your emails. If this is via phone, how long did it take you to answer the phone? How long did it take you to return the phone call? Were you considerate? Were you professional? Was there a lot of background noise? Were there kids screaming? Was all these other things going on in the background during that initial call? All of those things can either build trust or they can rob and deplete trust. It can cause skepticism or cynicism. During the needs assessment, here are a few things that you can do during the needs assessment. Number one, name drop. Talk about how you worked with other similar clients, how you've helped them achieve whatever goals that they were after. Again, they're not directly saying it, right? The person's not there with you, the previous client's not there with you. But when you name drop, when you talk about, your project is similar to the one we did for X. And when we did that project for them, here's what took place, here's what happened. Okay? And then the same thing in case studies. In proposals, you can drop in case studies, right? You can drop case studies into that. We do a half-page case study. It's really just a highlight of a case study. Then people can click it and go read the entire full case study. When you are building trust, when you are going down through this, you have to understand that their default is going to be suspicion. Their default is going to be suspicion, not because you're not trustworthy, not because you're not a good person, but it's human nature. They want to part with money. They want to pull out their wallet and hand you money, and your job is to build a case on why you are trustworthy. Use social proof, use testimonials, use case studies. A quick note on case studies. If you're going to do a case study, there's 3 things you need to think about when you write a case study. Number one, you want to simply say, here's the problem. Here's what they came to us. Here's the problem they were facing. Number 2, here's the solution that we proposed to fix or to solve that problem. And then number 3, here's the results. Here's exactly what took place as a result of our solution to their problem. So those are the 3 steps for a powerful and profound case study. When you think through all of this, though, and you begin growing your practice or your firm, what's going to happen, the further out you go, the more you have to focus on building trust in every single aspect of what it is that you do. So I hope this is helpful. I hope it's beneficial. I would love to hear your takeaways in the comments. Let me know how you intend on building trust throughout your sales process. And it can be the simplest little details. It can be your email signatures. It can be referrals or testimonials. It could be the case studies that you put together. Anything and everything that you can do to have other people vouch for you is going to end up being phenomenally helpful for you in building trust with other people. So thanks so much for taking time to watch this. Until the next time.